Well, welcome back. Today we are working on changing the battery on the Vulcan. It was cold and we killed it. But it was on its way out and I need something dependable. Doing something cool. Where's my link? If you look right up here, follow that link. It'll bring you to a playlist of a lot of my trips I've done for the last 2 years. It'll give you an idea of how much I ride and how much I need to make sure I've got a good quality battery. Today's going to be not so much about changing the battery, but we're going to tell you that for any riders who have added on any accessories of any sort, you know that the battery cables and the connections can be quite a mess after a while. Pokey's sneaking in over there somewhere. You can barely see her. She wanted to say hi. What we're here to do today is clean up all these wires. That big hole in the middle is where the battery got pulled out from. I got a brand new replacement. I got an AGM battery. It's a gel type. I got it because they're a little bit more durable. You do pay for them a little bit, but it still wasn't bad considering I'd rather have the insurance of not getting stuck. Negatives. After I put the battery in, I'm going to show you how I'm going to clean that up and give you some ideas so that you may be interested in cleaning up some of your wires too. And we're going to clean up motorcycle, battery, cable, accessory, wire, rat nest. Hang tight. So this is the battery that I'm putting in. You can't see it until I put it right in the shot. I'm not endorsing any particular brands or styles. The one I'm putting in right now isn't my favorite brand, but it's actually just what I took out of it, and it gave me 2 years of service. A lot of my batteries have lasted maybe a year, depending on the bike and all that, and other conditions as well. Where you ride, where you keep it stored, all the weather, inside, outside, if you have a battery tender on it, all sorts of stuff. So the battery itself just drops right in. Different motorcycles handle their hold downs and batteries different ways. So depending on the bike, there's a million different ways to do this. But after that, it all hooks up the same. You got the ground, you got the positive, you got some kind of other leads, and of course we've got our rat nest. So I'm going to hook up the hold down really quick. And most of the time they're pretty straightforward. Pokey says, hi, what's up, Poke? When I was putting the battery in, if you saw right here, it wasn't seated in right now. I wiggled the battery, it went down a little bit further. Now the hold down goes nice and flush. Don't ever try to force anything. If it's not going the way you want it to, slow down, take a look at what's going on. You'll get into a lot less trouble that way, I promise. They don't need much. I just wind them in and hit it really quick. Careful with power tools, you can break things. Let me try this again. With me, I've got some weather pack style seals. These are my favorites because with this particular, and not the solid boot, but the transparent ones, you can put heat to them and they'll act as shrink tubing. They'll seal it and keep all the dud and crust and weathering out. And then I've got some shrink tubing. I'm going to put that around some of the leads, kind of make it clean, neat and tucked in. Also with the additional protection of the wires, it helps prevent them from scuffing. So first one we're going to do the positive. And the positive wire is going to be actually just these connections. Ignore the fact that this one's black. When I wired in the compressor for the air horns, that turned out to be the wire color. I'm aware of it, but the reason I would want to label it red is so that somebody else pulls it apart, doesn't mix it up, and the horns don't work. I'm also today adding on a charging port. This one's going to double for putting a USB for my phone charger, as well as a battery tender or battery charger. Going a little bit longer on these leads is fine. Again, you know, where you crimp them, right here, you get all that extra to kind of cover. You really don't want to get any of your brass or copper out near the end. Again, this is to protect it and hold everything together. If I had red shrink tubing, I would use that again so I would know it's positive, but I know with that one red lead, it's going to indicate that. That's my positive lead. My piece of shrink tubing. For the size of what this is and amount of wire going in there, it's just too small. So, got myself a larger one. They are color coded, blue being the small, red being really small, and we have yellow. And it'll actually tell you what different size wires and stuff go on. That will go on. And we'll go through and push this on very gently. Kind of twist it to make sure it goes on as far as I need it to. The other thing also, it's kind of transparent. I can see that all the wiring is going through to the end there. So, pushed on, I'm going to take and heat my shrink tubing. A heat gun is preferred. Can never go wrong with the backup. When you do shrink tubing, don't keep the heat of any source in the same place. Kind of walk it back and forth. Let it do its thing. Time you do it, might be a little bit off, but it's really hard to screw up. It can be done. Alright, so my positive side is done. I'm going to do my negative side and then I'll hook everything up. Just cut the strip each one. thing. My connector for my battery charger and my other stuff I'm just going to tuck through here. Now we've got everything a little bit cleaner, a little bit neater, less wires and stuff in the way of my battery terminals. We also installed an adapter for a charger, for either a phone charger or for a battery tender or trickle charger. And of course we got the new battery. So we're off to get a ride. Catch you guys later.